cut, leave you laid out on the floor. Try to duck and roll, hit and miss, now you counting stars. Should've practiced more, should've hit the mask, get out there more. Claim that you're the best. You gotta show me, son. Actions over words, baby boy. Is you real or what? Talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back
Big shout out first in the building. Dion Washington on deck, on the mountaintop in sniper position. Yeah, yes sir. Prone, goddammit. You know what I'm saying? With the camo on top. You know what I'm saying? With the camo on top. Out of sight, out of mind. Boy, that goddamn eyeball is a mother, ain't it? That goddamn eyeball is a mother. Snapping on top. It does wonders, man. Shout out to Pop on deck. And big shout out to everybody else, man, that's heading to the building. I just want to talk about, once again, the hocus pocus of boxing, and pretty much remind people that boxing and a lot of heavy hitters that's internal to the sport are willing and able to move right along with the evolution. You know what I'm saying? The evolution of boxing. They have to. They don't have any other choice but to move along with it. And in the process of moving along with it, you're going to see some changes that you haven't really seen in the past, or you may not agree with right now. You know what I'm saying? You may not agree with some of these changes. But I'm definitely going to touch on some. And first I want to talk about Gennady Golovkin, right? Triple G has been in the middleweight division his entire career until he moved up and fought Canelo Alvarez, right? So in the process of him fighting Canelo Alvarez, you know, people like myself was in shock just a bit, because Gennady Golovkin, which they call him Triple G, that can take punches to the face and keep on going, right? He never gave any indication that he was planning to fight outside the 160-pound division. He gave us no any indication. Pretty much everything that he has attached to his legacy has been from the middle domain, right? So when we found out that at his age he was going to step in there for a third time with Canelo Alvarez, September 17, 2022, we was like, oh wow, you know, I guess he has no choice but go get that paycheck and fight at a higher division. So therefore he did it. Didn't live up to the first one. It didn't come close to living up to the second one. So, you know, shout out to him putting in the work enough to, you know, allow Alvarez to reach back and grab him for a trilogy and allow him to get a paycheck. So I look at it like this. Gennady, first of all, the way he received the IBF title, a lot of us believe he didn't win that bout anyway. But it's boxing, right? It's the hocus pocus. I didn't think he won that IBF shot, because he was down there, idled. You know, he went in there and fought for the title, and you know, Sergey Derevyanchenko put on a very good fight. He did. He put on a very solid fight, and the scorecards was 115, 112, 115, 112, and 114, 113. It was a close fight. You know what I'm saying? But Darren Chinko was dropped in round one. You go in there and get dropped. When you in there with Triple G, it's almost like adding 5 rounds. You get dropped in one round, they had another 4. Well, he actually got dropped 5 rounds total because, Triple G did it. So Sergey Daryanchenko, man, he wasn't able to get that, but Gennady won the IBF title and just sat around for a long time. Didn't too much do anything. He went in there and had a fight against Camille Sarameda, and I was like, ugh. Jesus Christ, is this what boxing has come to? You know what I'm saying? Then he was just waiting around. So, December 18th, 2020, this is on the backside of the pandemic. December 18th, 2020, he faces Camille Sarameda. He stops him in round 7. He didn't come back for another fight until April 9th, 2022. He fought December 18, 2020. After that fight, earning a 7-round stoppage, he returned April 9th, 2022 to face another guy who was right next door to him in the sanctioning bodies named Yoda Murata. This was the absolute worst division that you can look at and say to yourself, how can a division exist in professional boxing and be so dormant for such a long period of time? And that's exactly what we got. That's exactly what we experienced. Forget the pandemic. The middleweight division was the pandemic. When it comes to boxing divisions, that was the boxing pandemic, y'all. Yoda Murata was out of the ring forever and a day. Let's go to Yoda Murata. Let's go to Yoda Murata right quick. So Yoda Murata had a fight against Stephen Butler December 23rd, 2019. December 23rd, 2019. Yoda Murata came back to face Gennady Golovkin April 9th, 2022. This dude fought Stephen Butler before the pandemic, right before the pandemic. He fought Stephen Butler and stopped him in the 5th. He then returned back to the square with the title until he faced Gennady Golovkin. Unbelievable. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Unbelievable. So let's play out. You know what I'm saying? He stopped Yoda Murata in 9, and then he goes and have a trilogy with Saul Canelo Alvarez, which none of us truly understand why. I guess it was in the books just to say for legacy purposes for both fighters, they can say they fought one another 3 times in their career. I mean, that's the way I look at it, man. I don't know why Canelo gave him a trilogy when he wasn't doing too much, but he's Canelo Alvarez. You know what I'm saying? He's Alvarez. Canelo Alvarez, right? You know he 58 victories and 2 defeats. You know what I'm saying? 2 draws. 39 come by way of knockout, right? So when he went in here and faced Gennady Golovkin in the rematch, September 15, 2018, he had Rocky Fielding, Danny Jacobs, Sergey Kovalev, Callum Smith, Avni Yildirim, Billy Joe Saunders, Caleb Plant, Dimitri Bivol before he stepped in there with Gennady Golovkin, right? So, before he stepped in there for a trilogy, let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He had eight fights prior to in there with Gennady Golovkin. I don't know what Gennady did in between time. This is the hocus pocus, y'all, to keep your spirits up. He had 8 fights before he stepped back in there with Gennady. And we don't even know why Gennady received it, because he wasn't coming off anything special. He was on a hiatus. Yoel Murata was on a hiatus. And it's almost like it was just a filler fight, just like Abner Yildirim. They gave Abner Yildirim a promissory note. They held true to their word. And that's what it was, man. You know, Yoel Murata, he scooped that belt up, the WBA super title. And then he went in there at a higher division and fought Canelo Alvarez, bro. Now, the magical part about this is that Gennady Golovkin vacated the IBF title, the IBF middleweight title, and they inserted him, just like they did Sergey Derevyanchenko, into the WBC rankings. You remember when Sergey fought for the IBF, when they were stripping, you know, for people not wanting to do their mandatory, so he fought, lost twice. Then they moved him over to the WBC, and guess what? He lost there too. You know what I'm saying? It was a good fight, but he lost there too. Now they moved Gennady Golovkin to number 1 in the WBC. You know what I have to say to that? About time. Because nothing's been going on. When Demetrius Andrade was there, nothing was going on. You know what I'm saying? Nothing was going on in this damn pandemic of a division, bro. Nothing was going on. So all of a sudden, they want to move, at 40 years old, they want to move Gennady Golovkin. 40 years old, y'all. He has, you know, you feel me? At least he has leverage. Shout out to my guy, Big Blunts in Boxing. What's good? On deck with it. Salute to Balash. What's good, Balash? Wherever you may be at. King Mitch on deck. Salute. He said, my thoughts. Number 1, Charlo versus Triple G. Charlo getting stripped. Charlo franchise tag. Triple G franchise tag. Many more thoughts developing. The only reason the franchise belt is even mentioned, to be relevant in any way, shape, or form is to prevent someone from fighting their mandatory, right? So in this particular case, the only one it would benefit properly would be, Jamal Charlo. But Jamal Charlo, it wouldn't make any sense for him to get franchised if he doesn't choose to do anything with it. Like, at this point in his career, he needed a Gennady fight. So it would be stupid of Mauricio Suleiman to franchise Jamal Charlo. He needs a Triple G fight. He absolutely needs that shit. But I do like the input, though. You know what I'm saying? Keep him guessing out there. But I'll be surprised if Suleiman wanted to franchise Charlo. Because as we know, no black fighters has been franchised so far. None. The first one was Saul Canelo Alvarez, and then Vasyl Lomachenko, then Teofimo Lopez, then Juan Francisco Estrada, and then George Kambosos. So at the present time, we're still looking for them to franchise at a higher weight class. You know what I'm saying? A higher weight class being a new name up there at 175, a cruiserweight, you know what I'm saying, welterweight, 154, super welterweight, something like that. Something like that. But good point. Done dot on deck. What's good? Triple G traveled to Japan. Yeah, he's supposed to be praised for traveling to Japan. A lot of people would travel to Japan and fight a fighter who's been out the sport on the shelf as long as Yoel Murata. Shit, hell, I'll travel to Japan. I'm pretty dang familiar with that flight. I'll travel over there. both Triple G and Murata was out. You know what I'm saying, for a good period of time. But just the fact that, you know what I'm saying, Yola Murata, he came over there, fought him in Japan. That's nothing special. I mean, that just gives you a little break from wherever you reside at. I think Gennady has a home over there in up in the mountains or something over here, right? I'm not sure. Bill's Boot Camp, what's good? We all know how Suleiman is when it comes to the evolution of boxing. Can't put shit past him. Absolutely, Mitch. Absolutely. Swing the hammer. Absolutely. Henry Father said they wanted that franchise too. I'm not sure what you're saying, but I got it. Triple G, right? So let's look at it like this. Triple G, he's set to for the number one in the WBC middleweight. And therefore, when it boils down to it, just like Mitch mentioned, it's probably a clash that's going to happen between him and Jamal Charlo. You know, that's if Jamal Charlo gets his personal life together and come back to the middleweight division to do something. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they can wake the sport up. Maybe not to wake the sport up, wake that division up. Because it's just like hibernation, man. It's like pandemic. It's like the CDC, man. For real. It's almost like they just in the laboratory doing tests, and nobody know what's going on. It's like the CDC up in that mug. Seriously. But shout out to Gennady Golovkin, man. Whatever you might be in your upcoming fight, man. Let's get to Tommy Fury. Who would have thought I would have been talking about Tommy Fury as much as his dad? I mean, much as his older. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna lie to you. But I have to speak about this because it deals with the topic that I'm mentioning and that I'm addressing today. Tommy Fury just came off one of the biggest wins of his career versus a guy who stepped up for the first time to actually face a legitimate, skilled, so-called fighting. It wasn't much of a disparity. Let's not start today and get ahead of yourself there, the WCS. It wasn't much of the disparity now, because this guy used to be a bodybuilder. He has the DNA lineage. He has the fighting lineage, the pedigree. He has the fighting pedigree. That he has, but this guy was a bodybuilder. And currently, as it sits, he's 9 victories, 0 defeats, 4 knockouts. When he fought Jake Paul was 6-0, a whopping 6-0, y'all. Okay? He had fought everybody from a basketball slam dunk champion to a fellow compeer of his, a YouTuber, to a pair of mixed martial arts former champions in Ben Askren and Tyrone Woodley. You know what I'm saying? So, and not to mention, I hate for my boy name to get mentioned with Jake Paul. I just hate it. I hate it. You rarely hear me talk hating shit. You know what I'm saying? But I just hate his name is even on the record. But my boy, the Spider, man, Anderson Silva, I just hate that he took that fight, dog. And Jake Paul got a win over him, a unanimous decision, and so-called knocked him down in the 8th. That 8-round fight off a freaking jab. Stop it. Stop it. Tommy Fury, Jake Paul, who is now 6-1 with 4 knockouts. Now, was I elated about this? Yes, I was absolutely hysterical. I was like, yeah. I was like, yeah. There you go. I mean, I never thought I would for Fury, bro. I just never thought, because him and Jake Paul are someone in the same boat. But goddamn it, I tell y'all all the time, as long as boxing allow individuals to get off the couch and go sign up and pass minimal medical requirements to get into the sport. I can't sit up here and dog them out for doing what they doing to the extreme. I mean, Tommy Fury was pretty much in the same boat as Jake Paul. Seriously. But this is where my concern. It's certain things I totally enjoy seeing it go down with boxing, the history of it, legacy, fighters being able to achieve new levels of success. But this, when I seen the news and I had to go and flip through search engines and inquiries, I found out Tommy Fury was rated 38. Tommy Fury is now ranked 38 in the WBC, y'all. Now, hold up. If you got some drink, anything. Hold up now. This is moving away from tradition to evolution, said Mauricio Sulaiman. Tommy Fury, who has fought absolutely battles. This man gets thrown into the ranking per the word of Mauricio Sulaiman to wait till after the fight. I have witnessed. I need to present the evidence to y'all. I need to present you this evidence. I want y'all to know what I'm talking about. This needs to be. I don't know, you all won't think I'm just creating or making up something, but I need to give you a visual, because we live in a visual type era of society right now where, people see shit but they don't believe it. You know what I'm saying? They see blind individuals, bro. Told y'all that before. See blind individuals. Check this out right here. If you're drinking anything, pause for a second. I don't want you to be having a cup up near your face. You spilling some nice aged cognac. You know what I'm saying? I want you to understand what you are witnessing. Now, I know it's other people that may have gotten into the rankings somehow, some way, and I really don't have enough rope to go down to the depths of the boxing aquatics and find what type of coral reef they up under and retrieve the information and come back to the surface alive to say, you know what? I found it. It was goddamn 3,800 feet below, but I found it. Goddamn it. I found it. This is one. Tommy Fury of Great Britain. You all are seeing it right here on WCS. Tommy Fury is ranked number 38 from beating Jake Paul. Listen to me. Tommy Fury is ranked inside the top 40. He's ranked inside the top 40 in the world, y'all. In the world. Off the strength of him defeating Jake Paul. Now, I want y'all to breathe. I want y'all, I'm serious. I want y'all to be calm and collective. I don't want nobody start to shake. I don't want your shingles. If you got shingles, I don't want that shit start to become inflamed. I want y'all to be healthy when it's all over, when this live is over. Tommy Fury beat Jake Paul. You know what that tells me? I think I got a chance. If I can, I think I have a chance, man. Seriously, I think I have a chance, man, to get into the rankings, man. I think I have a chance, man. I can somehow, some way try to get into the cruiserweight. It's nothing going on at bridgerweight. You know what I'm saying? The infiltration is just there for the taking, man. I think after seeing this travesty, It's a gateway out there, bro. You know, like they just said, I don't know if y'all watched the news, but they said it was a flagship, a mothership, where aliens were sending pods down to get intel and stuff in our universe. Anything is possible, especially in boxing, because I believe some of these people in boxing are absolutely communicating with those individuals that were seen on radar coming back and forth for that mothership. Some of these people in boxing, yeah, something ain't right. Tommy Fury ranked 38 after beating Jake Paul, a YouTuber, cruiserweight division. After we saw Badu Jack go in there and fight somebody legit. He fought the champion. He beat Makabu. Now I know a lot of us don't think highly of Makabu, but he defeated a champion, a WBC cruiserweight world champion. They just fought, Tommy Fury and Jake Paul just fought for, because they was on the card. But, he's selling tickets right now, Tommy Fury. So he was able to get up there and have a semi-fight like Floyd Mayweather did Conor McGregor. Below semi. But he did what he had to do. I'm not going to bring too much time on Tommy Fury. I just want to, give y'all a little bit of groundbreaking information. That shit was incredible, bro. Seriously. That information right there is the type of information where cats like me, if you're not used to boxing, you can find yourself in the hospital. For real. You'll find yourself in the hospital on a ventilator if you're not careful. Martin King Boxing on deck. I see you. Andrew Charles on deck. What's good? Where they rank Ben. We about to get the Conor Benn, shawty. We about to get the Conor Benn. Hell no, Martin King Boxing. Jake seasoned that shit like boiled chicken wings with a dash of salt and no pepper. Hey man, you already know. Thinking 305 on deck. What's good? That's where we at with it. That shit was groundbreaking, bro. He beat a YouTuber turned boxer, Tommy Fury, and that allowed him to be entered into the rankings. I'm gonna leave you with that thought because that right there is just unbelievable. Let's get to the man himself, the man of the hour, who pretty much put it out there. I don't know how much his dad had to influence. I don't know. But shout out to Conor Benn back in the WBC rankings at the welterweight division. Come on now. Let's give it up for Conor Benn now. Why y'all being so quiet out there, man? Disrespectful. Y'all give it up for Conor Benn. God know a lot of people, especially King Mitch, he was rooting Conor Benn back to the stable, bro. For real, Conor Benn has made it back. He's been cleared, y'all. Conor Benn has been cleared. 21 victories in, 0 defeats, 14 knockouts, and they still have him as being suspended, but he's made it back, y'all. His last fight was April 2022. April 2022, y'all. Conor Benn has made it. He has survived popping dirty. And once again, we see a fighter from over there be able to escape the freaking repercussion, the consequences and repercussions of popping dirty. Conor Benn sits at lucky number 7, y'all. You see what I'm talking about? The hocus pocus, how they play games, how they just do stuff. Look, Conor Benn came back at lucky number 7, bro. In the WBC sanctioned body, in the welterweight division. He is back in the rankings. Now, this is the guy who popped dirty for clomiphene. And, we're saying ourselves, clomiphene, that's an estrogen blocker that can be used as a masking agent. All right, I got it. Then turn around and come to find out, this guy was chomping on eggs like Big Bird of Sesame Street. He's up there just chomping on eggs. So I'm processing this, right? Because I've been there. Real talk, I've been there, right? Eggs is a good source of protein, but they're very, very dangerous. So I was balancing out. I was balancing this shit out, right? Well, I was trying to use deductive reasoning, as you call it. You have all the evidence and you try to formulate the entire scale to come up with a conclusion that fits the results that you want. So I'm saying to myself, they said that this man Conor Benn could have tested positive for clomiphene from eating too many eggs. Eggs are high in protein, and eggs, just because you crack them open, you can't smell anything, doesn't mean they're not contaminated. Someone boiling an egg for you doesn't rid it, doesn't clear or rid that nutrition from any type of contamination, right? And then we all know internally to what the body is and the digestive system as to how many eggs he was eating to bulk up to fight Chris Eubanks Jr. He might have been on a serious egg protein diet to get up, to build up that muscle the right way, and to carry him through all those then training sessions to make that fight with Chris Eubanks Jr., right? That was what I had on the left side. On the right side is point blank period, you got caught. It ain't no deductive reasoning. I'm trying to formulate all the shit, but I say no. Which one do I choose, though? It's hard to say because he had the perfect scenario, y'all. Conor Benn had the perfect scenario of moving up, right? Damn near 2 weight classes to fight Chris Eubanks. He had to put on muscle. Now, it's several ways you can put on muscle, and we know one is juicing, and the other one you can naturally put muscle on, which takes a longer period of time. And it's just not what you want to do while you're working out. You have to put on that muscle mass and keep it in the process of working out. Maintain your strength, endurance, all that shit. They said that this man consumed too many eggs. I said, God damn it, Big Bird is in the UK. I didn't know goddamn Big Bird was British. He said Big Bird, he wasn't laying eggs. He was eating them. Conor Benn was able to test dirty, but yet somehow go through all the measures to clear his name. I ain't mad at him. I'm not mad at him. To clear his name, and he said, even Eddie Hearn, he the first one to drop this shit. Eddie Hearn say, I'm pretty sure, I'm confident that Conor Benn will be I'm confident this, that, and the other. And in the meanwhile, you have Eubanks that's up here clowning him and pretty much saying, hey, you pop dirty, just deal with it. You pop dirty. And that was before he went and got knocked out. So the one that's winning right now is Conor Benn. You know what I'm saying? Conor Benn is winning right now because he just beat a suspension. He just beat a suspension. And now that he's back in the WBC rankings, he should be facing somebody. I don't know who it's going to be. I don't know if they're going to put him in there with Mario Barrios. I don't know. I'm curious to know if they're going to reach up or they're going to reach back. They're going to reach down into the rankings. But they put that man at number 7, y'all. The same man, if you look on his tattoo on his neck, Conor Benn said, fear is a lie. Once again, I repeat, if you look on his tattoo that he has going across his neck, it says, fear is a lie, shawty. God damn. That's some hard shit. I ain't gonna lie. That's some hard shit right there. Tyrese on deck. I see you. What's good, man? He was eating the shells and everything. Yeah, Andrew. He was boiling them motherfuckers, wasn't peeling them, just chopping them up and then just consuming them. They saying, hey man, it's just like a potato. It's just like a baked potato. Eat the skin and everything, goddamn it. Eat the shell. Consume all that, man. We gotta bulk up, man. I read this online, man. This is gonna get you the energy. That's a secret. Not too many people can get past crunching the shells. But bro, your tattoo tells you everything you need to know. You ain't scared of nothing. Fear is a lie. Eat them eggs. Conor Benn was chomping on eggs, bro. So many eggs that it allowed him to pop dirty. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you. I can't bullshit. Eggs are very potent. I'm just curious to how many eggs he was eating, because we really can't go and do tests. You know, they're not gonna take him through any tests to see what levels are high in his body. You know what I'm saying? Do all these tests to see if he has a high concentrate of grade A farm raised, non-farm raised eggs in his system. I guess they just, looked at the A sample, B sample. Both of them joints was dirty. But yet, somehow, some way, a loophole. His attorneys, man, they found a loophole, man. And this guy beat a case. I'm not even trying to be a hater, bro. I mean, because this goes on across the pond all the time. I mean, just think about it. Dillian White's B sample disappeared. David Copperfield was nowhere on the grounds, man. Dillian White, look, not only did Dillian White B sample disappear, but he was fucking around with the gloves too. Man, shit happens over there all the time, bro. This is no different. You know how they was getting them therapeutic exemptions? Could you imagine us over here in the U.S. getting a therapeutic exemption? Does that even count for us over here in the U.S.? I don't know, bro. Water wasn't water. He was boiling those eggs and must have been Mr. Ben's piss. Hey, man. Man, they got that special sauce over there, bro. They got the special sauce. The Olympic girl failed her test from swallowing. Canelo popped with Mexican street tacos. Fury for boar nuts. Now Benn with excessive egg eating. But you have to look at what you just put up there, right? Canelo was suspended. So Benn, he did eat some beef that is supposedly high in freaking clenbuterol over in some areas over there. And then I think I know which female you're talking about in the Olympics that popped. And then Fury for the uncastrated wild boar. You know? But Mr. Carefoot, I don't think he's been seen after that. I think somebody came a knocking. And Mr. Carefoot went a hiding. But for Conor is back in the rankings, y'all. Number 7 in the WBC, and he's gonna have a fight coming up soon. Watch what I tell you. He's gonna have a fight coming up soon. Juice Lee on deck, man. What it do? Salute WCS in the chat. Salute to you, bro. Ben was eating hen eggs, quail eggs, his wife eggs, dinosaur eggs, ostrich eggs, goddamn emu eggs. Shit. Motherfucking alien eggs. This motherfucker was eating any type of egg you can imagine, dog. And he wasn't even peeling the shell off them bitches, man. Look, I think they was on some whole nother training regime shit, man. They was eating eggs right when they go in the damn motherfucking the hen house that they have, like the chicken house. What that shit be all dirty, and they was goddamn just snatching them motherfuckers and just rinsing them off under the sink, throwing them in the pot. Boil them a little bit. Not all them motherfuckers was freaking cooked and boiled, bro. I think Conor Benn was in that bitch looking like a Komodo dragon when they pull up on a nest of eggs. Yolk be dripping all out the side of their mouth and shit. I think Conor Benn was on some savagery. For real. He was on some savagery. He was going out there robbing motherfucking wild animals of their eggs, dog. For real, man. I swear, dog. That motherfucker was eating dinosaur eggs, man. Damn. God damn. Mitch gonna say he was eating his wife's eggs. God, if that's not some goddamn sick Hannibal Lecter type shit, bro. He was eating it. Man, that's disrespectful. But I'm telling you, Eddie put it out there that he was going to be cleared. He pretty much was cleared. And the rest is a wrap. This dude is back in the WBC rankings, y'all. And nobody's going to be able to tell him nothing because he's been cleared, man. You can't tell this man nothing. It's a wrap. It's done. Over. It's not like this the first time, y'all. I mean, let's not forget. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. But we remember Oscar Valdez now. Come on now. Oscar Valdez, I think what he was able to pull off, I kind of think it trumps what Conor Benn was able to pull off. Being that Oscar Valdez was already coming from a camp that already had a fighter in Canelo to pop dirty. Not only that now, he popped dirty and had a president vouch for him and assist him with the New World Order. And with the New World Order, he was still able to fight with his championship in his possession, bro. He was able to still fight with his championship in his possession, and they robbed his opponent. Many people thought he lost that fight, but they robbed his opponent, bro. Shout out to my guy Haynes Legacy in the building. Appreciate you, big dog, for the super chat, the $5 super chat in the building. Salute. Appreciate you. One love, my brother, as always. Thanks for your support to the channel, man. Really appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? We only in March, so I can't even put, your support. I can't even put it towards the holiday season. You know what I'm saying? I can't even point the finger at you and say, you know what, Haynes, man, you doing this shit because Thanksgiving coming up, man. Man, you getting into the spirit, man. Christmas is on its way, man. Goddamn, my birthday, man. I appreciate you, man. You know what I'm saying? Salute to you, brother. Real talk. Thanks for the donation, man. Super chat on deck. Andrew said, when I was little, my dad went through a phase where he was slamming raw eggs and working out. I thought he was a he-man. At one point in time, man, I used to crack eggs open and drink them shit raw. I did. My metabolism was so crazy that I did that shit for a little bit. I wanted to prove to myself, like, what is this all about? I cracked them motherfuckers open. Wait about 45 minutes to an hour, something like that. Dilute it, drink a little water behind, and then go on a run. Go on a 6 or 7 mile and see how I felt. See if it gave me anything on the back end. See if it gave me anything in the middle of it. You know what I'm saying? Something where your body starts to break down, but yet them motherfucking yolks is bouncing around in your belly and shit. You know what I'm saying? They bouncing around, and then damn, some of them motherfuckers probably got a fetus, a chicken fetus in that motherfucker. It's just all bad, dog. Now, I've been overseas, and I've had it where they serve you the egg with the chicken in it, man. I've eaten one, for real. I've eaten one before. Like, I wasn't 100% sober. I couldn't have did that shit sober back then, but I did. Out with my peoples, and went to this damn restaurant, and I had it, with the chicken. I was like, what? God damn, that's some sick shit. But that's sake. That sake washes it all away, bro. That's some good shit. I forgot about old Tommy Tuck. To Oscar. Yeah, Oscar Valdez, man. So I need you at the next fight. Hey, man. We working on what we working, man. For real. We are working on what we working with, for sure, shawty. You understand, though, Haynes, just to let you know. Mommy needs assistance. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta look out for mom. I gotta make sure she good. You know, I gotta make sure, you know what I'm saying, that I'm there. Stuff like that. That's one of the reasons why I've been chilling. I've been a hiatus a little bit this year. You know what I'm saying? But it's gonna get popping. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna get popping. But I do appreciate your support though, big dog. Seriously. But for Conor Benn, man, now we know that this guy is set to lace up once again. He's cleared pretty much. It don't matter if they got him suspended. We're gonna see everything come out in the wash. From what I understand, is that, you know, he didn't receive any type of punishment. They do have him suspended just off the strength that he did pop dirty. But truth be told, we know how that works. That can go away just from somebody, you know, calling from the WBC and say, hey, everything is good. You can take that suspension off Conor Benn. He's good to go now. Because we got to fight. We got to put his fight up here, schedule him for this fight. You know, he might be in fight camp right now, dog. He might be in fight camp right now. You know? He might be in fight camp right now. Seriously. But, man, join me tomorrow morning. You know what I'm saying? I'll be back on this camp. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to come in and talk about these three because they only further let you know that boxing is full of magic. You know, boxing is full of distractors, deception. You know what I'm saying? It's full of a lot of things, bro. And, you know, these three right here, they pretty much enjoyed the benefits from the magic of boxing, the hocus pocus. You know what I'm saying? Gennady Golovkin's just moving around. He didn't make a left turn. He made a right turn. They say, hey, man, we're going to get you in the WBC rankings because, you know, just like Miss said, what if Charlo vacates and move up to 68? Gennady is about to fight for a freaking vacant title now. But my thing is, if you fight for the vacant WBC title, who are you fighting? And what purpose does it serve? Just because you vacated the IBF so you won't have to face a mandatory? I mean, what purpose does it serve, bro? What purpose does it serve? And then Tommy Fury, he's just there, man. I mean, you know, he earned I can't even call it a secondary belt. It's just a belt that came off the conveyor belt of the WBC pipeline. And he feels like he's a part of the family now because he won a belt. I get it. You never quite added up, and now you have a gift trinket belt from Mauricio Suma. I get it, bro. But, man, y'all hold this down, man. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Haynes Legacy, once again, thanks for the super chat, my brother. Definitely one love to everyone who showed up. Have a wonderful evening. I'm out.